And today, Rocklets return to the candy aisle for our final Argentinian candy review. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Jeff, and today we are reviewing the Rocklets barra, the Rocklets chocolate bar. Oh, what a long, strange trip it's been. So, if you have been following the channel, if you don't, I would encourage you to please subscribe. We do candy reviews here, chocolate reviews. For the past few months, we've been running, every other week I've been running these reviews of this Argentinian candy that I got when I was in Buenos Aires for work and for hanging out. And I got a bunch of stuff and I have been reviewing it. So it's been really interesting because Argentina is like crazy about candy. They're nuts about it. There's it's like baked into the culture in a way that like it just isn't in where I live in Canada or in the States. It's just really interesting. So with sweets being a big part of the culture, it's interesting to see the mix of like the finer quality sweets, but then a lot of casual sort of candy aisle kind of sweets. You know, the kind of stuff you'd find at a corner store. There's corner stores everywhere there, and they've got a lot of them. So if you're interested, I will, there'll be a playlist around somewhere for that. And yeah, so this is Rocklets. Rocklets is Arcor's answer to the M&M, or I suppose the Smartie here in Canada. But it's essentially, like their version of an M&M. It's pretty similar. So this would be the chocolate bar extension of the Rocklets. I have reviewed the original Rocklets here. And then Rocklets, of course, like M&Ms, can be found in lots of different sort of executions. So this bar, which I'm not really sure, it's kind of hard to do some of this research because I don't speak Spanish, but this version of the bar has at least been around for a couple of years, I think. But previous versions of it as well have been around for even longer, much like the M&M chocolate bars, right? It's essentially, this is a bar. The one thing that's different about this is that this one has a layer of caramel in it. But there has been a white chocolate version of it. There's been a more caramel version of it. This has come in like a fancier version where it's like little squares of chocolate. And I think more recently, even it comes in like a round version, kind of like a Rolo. If Rolo wasn't like segmented. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird thing to explain. Anyway, that's what it looks like online, at least. But this, I think, is the most common skew version of the Rocklets barra. Currently, as you can see, it's exploding with Rocklets. So there's some of your information. If you can read that. Sorry, guys. It's kind of tricky to get at that. But yeah. So this is from Argentina. Chocolate plus caramel. I think. Caramello, probably. Yeah. Anyway, it's just like an M&M's bar, guys. We don't need to overthink it. This is the last of my reviews. So I've been because I've been releasing these reviews every other week. This has been a series of Argentinian candy reviews, excuse me, that's gone on for 6 months, 8 months, maybe? Like quite a while. So anyway, there's a few. There's, 30 reviews or something like that. So feel free to check out some of the other things if you're interested in Argentinian candy and sweets. Let's look at this for what it is, though. I expect that this is just like, got a little crushed or it's been sitting around for a little while. Hopefully it's still good. Smells good, that's for sure. But yeah, there's not much to see here. I wonder if it had design work on the top that just got sort of worn away. It looks like it has some ripples on the top, a la sort of a Mars bar. But I don't see any of that really. Maybe there's a little indication of it. I don't know. Anyhow, let's just give it a try. It smells good. I expect good things. I don't remember if I gave the Rocklets a 5 out of 5 or maybe a 4 out of 5, but they were like up there. They were very, very equivalent to an M&M, which is, of course, as you all know, a 5 out of 5 candy. Mmm. 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 Oh, man. Hold on. Let me just savor this for a second. Whoa. I don't know what I was expecting, but what a nice surprise. This is like kind of like the caramel level that I like the most. It's boy, that caramel is great. It's like a thick slab of caramel on the top. It's got just that perfect consistency right now. For me, everyone's got different tastes, but for me, that level of pull, but it's like thick and a little chewy. I definitely got a rocklet in there. Let me have another taste to, So, you know, as you can see, there are full rocklets in there. I think M&M, kind of wisely populates their bars with M&M minis. Now, Rocklets on a whole, I believe, are a little bit smaller than M&Ms, but I don't know if these technically are Rocklet minis. That is a thing, though, Rocklet minis. I could use a little more Rocklets. I guess there was one here and one here, so that's two right beside each other. That's a good sign. Regardless of how many there technically are, I'm not getting a lot of Rocklets in this. Honestly, the caramel, which is really good, is, that's the star here. That's the star player for sure. Which, as much as I hate to say it, you know, is probably not what they want. Right? You don't make a chocolate bar featuring your hero candy that the best part of the chocolate bar is not that hero. So, okay, I'm just gonna eat this whole thing if I don't stop. All right, it's really good. Tasty, sweet. The chocolate is mixing well with the caramel. And I'll say this. I'm getting a crunch of the candy shell. But even the texture of it is lost. Like I'm feeling the crunch, but the texture, I'm hearing the crunch. But the texture of that candy shell even is lost in the thickness of the caramel. So like that's the only part of the Rocklets experience I'm getting is the hearing the crunch of a candy shell. Otherwise, this might as well just be chocolate and caramel. And it's good chocolate and caramel. Don't get me wrong. Maybe a little sweet, but I really like it. This is like the right kind of sweetness for me. But I don't think that it necessarily serves Rocklets as well as it could. So I would say that this is good, like very good. Like you should get it good. Like it's that level of good. But because it's not technically doing what I think that its job is, which is to make Rocklets look even better, I got to ding it a tiny bit for that. So this is one to not pass up. Go get it if you can. Walking the Candy Aisle is going to rate the Rocklets barra. I'll rate it a 4 out of 5. Honestly, this might even be a 5 out of 5. It's really, really good. But I can't give it full marks if it's, undercutting the whole point of the bar. I do like Rocklets a lot. I love this design work. I think that as a comparator to M&Ms, they absolutely hold their own. There's not a ton that's like distinct about them in comparison. However, there's no reason I wouldn't buy these. In fact, I would say as a Canadian, and if you know this, you understand what I'm saying, you'll understand it. I would say that Rocklets have a much stronger brand presence than Smarties do. here in Canada. No, Americans, it's not the same Smarties as you know. Anyway, I think that Rocklets does a really good job with what they're doing. However, this just maybe isn't the perfect execution of, let's elevate the Rocklets candy in and of itself. So that's my take on it. Really, really good, but just not perfect. That's all. Anyway, I want to thank everyone so much for joining me on this journey to try out a whole bunch of Argentinian sweets and treats, candies, chocolate bars, alfajores. It's been really an amazing journey. I'm so thankful to all of the subscribers, everyone who's watched these videos, and of course to the good people of Argentina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's great. I'm really excited to see if I can get my hands on more Argentinian candy, because there is a ton of it, just a ton. But we'll see. I think it might be a little while before I get my hands on too much more. For now, we're going to sign off. Next week, we're going back to regular American and Canadian candy reviews. There's still a lot of stuff that I have to get to. I'm sure there's even more stuff from overseas that I haven't gotten to yet. But stick with us, please. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.